A guilty plea for a retired colonel who hit and killed a state trooper, Jaimie Jursevics.
Colonel Eric Henderson stood before a judge to make that plea today, and Denver7 reporter Mark Boyle was in the courtroom. And Mark, even Henderson himself was emotional in court today.
And that's when the judge was reaffirming his 2 guilty pleas. You could see Eric Henderson wiping away some tears. It was also emotional, though, for the dozen or so law enforcement agents who sat in the courtroom in support of Trooper Jaimie Jursevics. Here's a look at retired Colonel Eric Henderson after he left court after pleading guilty to felony counts of vehicular homicide and tampering with evidence. Charges of hit and run resulting in death and 2 DUI charges were dropped as part of the plea agreement.
After he ran over the state trooper and left her dead in the road, he drove down the road a bit and then went through the process with his passenger of making it less likely that he would be held accountable for this crime, hiding certain pieces of evidence.
Henderson didn't make comment when leaving the courtroom, but his attorneys spoke on his behalf.
He is a good man, and a tragic thing happened. And I think we all have to remember that there is just tragedy all around.
George Brockler said he's sure the case was airtight and commends the Douglas County Sheriff's Office for their investigation. Chief Steve Jones says this is tough to investigate, leaving a big hole in their hearts.
It's a burden that we're going to carry. It's a burden that any family that loses a loved one to a careless, negligent act, a homicide, a killing, still has to go through.
The plea leaves the judge with options of 6 months to almost 14 years in jail, but there's no mandatory jail time with either charge. Henderson is out on bond. Sentencing in this case is set for June 28th. Live in Castle Rock, Mark Boyle, Denver 7.